We're going to look at how to write equations of perpendicular lines. So first, let's review what it means to be perpendicular lines. So when we're looking at the slope has to be two things: opposite. So if the original slope is positive, the perpendicular one would be negative, or if the original is negative, the perpendicular would be positive. So one with the opposite sign, and the reciprocal. And reciprocal is when we take a fraction and we flip it upside down. So an example would be, if I have a slope, which remember we use m for slope, if I have a slope of positive 1/3, the perpendicular slope would be -3/1, which I could also just simplify to being -3. Another example, if I have a slope of -5, the perpendicular slope would be positive 1/5. And that is because if we look back at our original slope of -5, I can write that as a fraction by putting it over 1. And then it was negative, I made it positive, and flipped it, got 1/5. So let's look at some examples. I want to write an equation of a line that goes through the point 2, 5, and I want it to be perpendicular to the line y equals -1/4 x plus 2. And again, when I say I want to write an equation, that means I'm going to have it in slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. So this is what we're trying to get to. In order to do that, I need to know what is my slope and what is my y-intercept. Well, because we know it has to be perpendicular to this slope, or to this line, then I can use this slope to get my slope. So this slope is -1/4. So the original slope is -1/4. So our perpendicular slope has to be the opposite, so it's going to be positive. And I'm going to take the reciprocal, so 4/1. Well, positive 4/1 is just 4. So that means our slope is going to be 4. So now we're going to use this point, 2, 5, as my x and my y, and the slope we found of 4 to start writing our equation. So let's see, y is 5 equal to m we found is 4. The x we have is 2. I do not yet know the y-intercept, or b, so we leave that as b. I'm going to simplify first. 4 times 2 is 8. And then I'm going to solve this one-step equation, so -8 from both sides. So my b, my y-intercept, has to be -3. So now I know my slope is 4. I know my y-intercept is -3. So now I can write the equation of my new line that I wanted. Y equals 4x minus 3. Or you can say plus -3.